Hope you're all well. This is take two. I tried to do a live like a few seconds before, but the video got a bit cut off, so I'm going to start again from the start. It was right at the beginning, so nobody actually missed anything. So I'm going to wait for a few more seconds that Instagram actually tells people that I'm actually going live, but I'm going to jump straight into our topic today because I have so many things to say and we have so little time here. So thanks everybody for joining. For whoever is rewatching this, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And I know that many people will actually be watching this video back. So today I'm going to be talking about the 12 laws of the universe, and this is the part 3 of the 12 laws. And I'm going to be talking about the law, hi guys, and I'm going to be talking about the law of relativity, the law of rhythm, and the law of compensation. If you want to watch more about the law of attraction that I spoke on part 1, the law of vibration, the law of rhythm, we're going to be talking about the law of rhythm today. Please make sure to go back to my previous IGTV videos. I've saved the videos there so you can watch the part 1 and part 2 of the videos, and it will give you a bit of an idea of what those 12 laws of the universe are. So thanks everybody for joining today. Absolutely appreciate for giving me the time. I know people will be watching back, and I will be sharing it on my Facebook as well. So let's just go straight into our today's topic, right? So let's start with the law of relativity. So I don't know if many people are aware of the law of relativity. You might be aware of the theory of relativity by Einstein, but that's not the one we're talking about. We're talking about the law of relativity. And the law of relativity, I've actually written a few notes here to make sure I deliver them correctly, is that everyone will face challenges in their lives, and all these challenges will be relative to the life they're living at that stage. So for example, everything is relative in this life, right? So the law of relativity will make us feel that we want to compare our lives to others. So for example, if you have a very rich uncle, you might be comparing your life to your rich uncle's life, and you will be feeling that your life is full of challenges and full of obstacles. However, everything is neutral in our lives. We're not meant to be comparing our lives to other people's life. And if we actually have challenges in our lives that are coming in, this is only because those challenges or those obstacles as we feel they're coming, they're there to give us a lesson. They're there to make us evolve. They're there for us to become better people. They're there to actually make us grow. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. It's for there to make us grow and to make us feel like a better human being at the end of the day. So we are inclined as humans to actually compare our lives with other people's lives, right? So this is why everything is relative. So for example, I was trying to give an example in my previous live that went but had to cut off because of the connection. So if I am comparing the life that I have here with someone else's life, which is in a sunnier place in another part of the world, I will be feeling that I don't have actually enough because they have more of a sun, they have a nice sandy beach that you go to, but here I don't feel the same. So I will actually degrade my life, and I feel I have an obstacle, or I have something which is not giving me that much. Whereas the other person might feel that whoever lives in the northern part of Europe may have more opportunities, may have different opportunities out there for them, as I said, instead of someone who lives in the southern part of Europe or different part of the world. So again, being more aware of the law of relativity, and that everything is relative in life and everything has a cycle, let's say, in a way, is something that we have to kind of be more aware of. Being more grateful of what we actually have in everyday life, it's something that will help us be more aware of this law. So I hope this actually helps, and you're more aware that everything, and that we tend to compare things in life and our lives, and that's not actually a fair share for us to do. But this is actually happening. It is the law of the universe. Okay, so it's absolutely normal for us to happen, but we have to bring ourselves back to be aware of why we're actually doing that. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to talk about the law of rhythm, okay? So the law of rhythm is a very simple law. We see it, we live it, we feel it in our everyday life. And that's actually the most important part, the most important law of nature. If we think that we are nature, okay? Like the trees, like the sky, we are humans and we are part of this nature. We actually follow the rhythm that the nature has. So if you think that the nature has a rhythm, nature has the 4 seasons. So this is the most simple rhythm that they have. We have winter, spring, autumn, summer. This is a rhythm, the rhythm of the nature. This is the rhythm that we have within us, okay? So human beings, like nature has, have their own rhythm. So we have to actually be aware of our own rhythm, and we have to be aware of how we portray ourselves, the work we do, what we're expecting of ourselves, because everything comes into a rhythm. We can't be operating 24/7 in full speed, and we can't be operating 24/7 in a low speed. We have to make sure we rest, we make sure to actually follow our inspiration, follow our intuition, and that's the rhythm that we'll have as human beings in our in the part of the law of the rhythm, okay? So when we actually think that we can be fully on full on speed, then we're gonna be burned out. As it happens, it's like with the, you know, the expression, you burn the candle from both ends, right? You absolutely know that. So when you're aware of the law of rhythm, then you are aware that as humans, like nature, need to replenish and rejuvenate ourselves, and we're entitled to rest. We're entitled to full rest, to sleep, because we have actually taught in our lives to be kind of like going in like 24/7, and that's not really what we're meant to be doing, okay? So this is kind of like the law of rhythm that I wanted to explain to you, that it's actually absolutely normal to have rhythms in life, to have days where you feel more inspired, to have days where you want to rest more. And that actually happened to me the past few days. Like I wanted to deliver this live to you Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but then obviously life happened and I knew that I couldn't be myself 100%. Now that I'm more myself, I'm here to actually deliver this live and make sure I'm back to my promise. But sometimes we have to listen to ourselves and we have to make sure we are following this rhythm. I'm going to talk to you about the last law for today's live, and that's the law of compensation. Okay, I don't know if you have ever heard of this law, but it's a bit of it's like the law of karma, let's say, in a way, or the law of cause and effect, as you can also call it, the law of karma. This law is actually make sure that everything that you give, you will receive back. This can come into the law of compensation, use more the monetary and the gift value. So basically this means that whatever you give, it will come back in a positive way. It may not happen now, but it will come back. All the positive energy you give, everything you do and you serve in the world, then this, you know that this will come back to you in whatever way that will be, in monetary terms or gift terms. So again, this actually makes people feel better, because sometimes when you feel that you give, but then you actually don't receive anything back. And this doesn't have to be, it can be spiritual as well. It can be especially if you're actually helping people come closer to themselves and to self-awareness. This can actually be something of service to them, because you actually bring them closer to their own enlightenment, let's say, if they can actually reach that level of self-awareness. So this is kind of like the law of compensation. So in nature, if you give something, you will receive. So that's absolutely, they say that what you sow is what you reap, right? So that's exactly how it works with the law of compensation. So be mindful, be aware, and know that when you're giving something good out there, it will come back to you. And that's exactly works hand in hand with the law of attraction that we spoke on part 1. So guys, that was part 3 for today's explanation of the 12 laws of the universe. I've left those 3 laws now, and we have a couple of more, and we have the 3 last laws that I will be talking to you about probably next week, or probably the end of this week, and that will actually bring the 12 laws of the universe into an end. Thank you so much to everybody that has watched live. Thanks to everybody that has watched on replay. Thank you everybody who has shared so far part 1 and part 2. Feel free to share part 3. I hope you took something out of it. I know it was an impromptu live, but I couldn't get that well organized as I would have loved to. Thank you so much for joining, and have an amazing day. Take care. Bye bye.